That's when the result came out. Voila, it was cancer. Like, I've been hearing cancer, but I don't really know the gravity of what it means and all that. I just know that when you hear cancer, you just, you're dead. We pack our kids, we brought them to Gombe, to my parents. Then we started looking for help. Helter skelter, like this. Up and down. You at that time you be overwhelmed with so much emotions. You don't know what to do, where to go, and all that.
Hello everyone, you're welcome to another episode of Her Rebirth series. And on today's episode, our guest is Mrs. Maimurna Nyampa Barau. She is a survivor. She's someone with resilience. She has a story to share of her success story, how she went through treatment of colon cancer, and how she has come out victoriously and graciously. And she'll be going through with us with making awareness on cancer. As you all know that this is cervical cancer month, and this is an opportunity for us, for women, to know what cancer really is all about, to know more about cervical cancer, the treatment, the symptoms, and also for you to know that, okay, there are people that have gone through this thing and have come out very well. And today's episode, we'll hear more from our guest, Mrs. Maimurna Barau. Thank you very much, and stay with us as we continue on this story.
Hi, good afternoon, I think. Yes. Barrister Drusilla Tauri. How are you?
I'm good. We are very glad to have you here on today's episode. This is my big auntie. I've known her way back since over 20 years. We've been together. Though we had a short break, but then we're glad that we're back. We're able to reunite again. Yes.
Yeah.
So we're very glad to have you here on today's episode.
I am so excited to be here too, especially home.
Yeah, true. So can we get to know more about Mrs. Maimurna Nyampa Barau?
Okay. Hi, our viewers. How is everybody doing in your prospective place? Whatever time you might be watching this program. My name is Maimurna Nyampa Barau, and I'm a mother of 3, and married to 1 man. I usually emphasize, some people married to 2 men.
And she's married to him, and she's married to a man.
Yes, thank you, to a man, not a woman.
Not a woman.
Yeah. So, and I'm a colon cancer survivor to the glory of God, and I'm a ostomate. I call myself ostomate. As we keep talking and discussing with Drusilla Barrister here, you understand what ostomate is. And I'm a teacher, yeah, and I'm a patient advocate. I'm a cancer patient advocate. Yeah, that's a little about me.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So you talked about being a cancer advocate, and also while we are doing the introduction, you're also a cancer survivor. Take us back through the journey of how it all started.
Okay. It was this certain day, 2019. I was working in another part of Nigeria, and my husband was working in another part of Nigeria, and I noticed I've been defecating blood for almost 6 months. I didn't know what was it. I even thought it was pile. So I was sitting on salt and warm water for almost 6 months. In fact, and I was together with the kids, taking care of the kids because he's away working. So one day I decided to resign where I was working with an NGO for women protection and empowerment in IRC. So I decided to join my husband back in Sokoto where he was working. And I began to do investigation, medical investigation. So we did something called colonoscopy and some lab blood work. And when they did this colonoscopy, it's the kind of procedure that they'll put a camera into your anus and remove and check all the polyps and all that in your intestine. Yeah, so the doctor removed some tissue that we call it biopsy. So when they took it to histology, I remember we flew with that histology tissue, that's the biopsy, from Sokoto to Abuja for just histology. And that's when the result came out. Voila, it was cancer. Like, I've been hearing cancer, but I don't really know the gravity of what it means and all that. I just know that when you hear cancer, you just, you're dead. It's the people connect it with death.
True.
But actually, cancer is not a death sentence. I just want to tell our viewers, cancer is not a death sentence because I'm here. After 7 years, I've survived it.
And I think that's one of the misconceptions that people have about cancer. They think that once you have cancer, that means you have reached the end of it.
But no, that's the beginning of the journey itself. Yeah. But when the thing happened, when we got the news, it was really terrible. My husband was devastated. In fact, he was the one crying. I have to tell him, oh God, please stop crying. Let's contain ourselves. So we looked for my cousin. We prayed. Actually, we prayed. That's the first thing I said, let's pray. We prayed. Then we packed our kids. We brought them to Gombe, to my parents. Then we started looking for help. Helter skelter, like this. Up and down. You know, you at that time you be overwhelmed with so much emotions. You don't know what to do, where to go, and all that. So we went to Zaria looking for a doctor, a surgeon to do the operation. And the cancer that happened to me, the colon cancer, it was very low on my stigmoid junction. It means it was very low to my rectum. You know, when you put your hand around the anal vat, you even feel it. So that was what happened. So the doctor said he has to get a staples. Staples is an equipment for surgery. But we have to wait till he order it from abroad and all that. We were racing against time now. So somebody, one of my mom just died recently. So her husband, they have been to India, you know. So they are the one that advised us, let's go to India. So we looked for a visa and immediately we got our visa and we flew to India. So when we went to India, we had radiation for 5 segments of radiation. I rested for 1 week. Then I had this procedure or surgery called resection and anastomosis, meaning they will cut the tumor and either join the intestine or they remove an ileostomy. Then ileostomy means a bypass of your intestine outside for you to defecate. So this is that at that time, 2019 towards 2020, that was my first ileostomy. And then we came back home after a month. Then I started my chemo in Sokoto. And within the interval of the chemotherapy, the doctor in India said we should do reversal. We should return the intestine. So when we did the reversal, oh my God, after 1-2 weeks, I developed something we call RVF. RVF means rectovaginal fistula. I'm giving all this information in detail sometimes because for people to be aware, it's education. You know, when you know it, it saves a lot of things. You can tell another person, you can tell another person. When you see the symptoms as we are mentioning it, and you advise your brother or your sister or your child, you rush to the hospital and look for help. So I developed RVF. I started defecating through my private part and through my anus. And it was really a devastating moment of my life. It's one of the darkest part of my life in this journey of cancer survival. So from there, we started running from Sokoto. We came to Gombe. Yeah, and to the viewers, I'm a Gombe State citizen. Thank you. So we came to Gombe. They tried to repair there like twice. I stayed in hospital for almost a month, but it kept breaking down. And the doctor in India said, let them do another ileostomy or let them remove the bypass. Wow. You know, when you want to fix a pipe, you close the source of the water, a plumbing job. You close the source of the water before you fix the pipe, then you on it. So it's the same thing. If you want to repair a RVF or a fistula, you have to bypass the feces. Then you repair it. Then it stays for some time to heal before you reverse. Thank you. But at that time, I was not really ready to do the bypass. So I kept trying. I kept allowing the doctors, me and the doctors in agreement, to just be repairing. But it kept breaking down. It broke down every time we do it. And from Gombe, I went to Jonkwanu Jos. We have this fistula center in Jonkwanu, that's Equa Hospital. Then from there, I did it twice. They did try to repair it. I stayed hungry for almost a week, but it broke down. So from there, I told my husband, I'm tired. Let's go back home. So I left Jonkwanu Jos. We went back home to Sokoto. And I stayed for almost a year. Then I started developing infection in my kidney. You know, I'm defecating, through the wrong place. So I think I started having sepsis, started coming in my kidney. I started falling ill, unnecessary, up and down. So then we started looking for another surgeon. To the glory of God, we got a surgeon in Abuja. I went and saw him. He said, okay, come, we'll help you. I went there. But the first thing, at that time, I started making up my mind to do the bypass because I can't continue to be going the same way. So I told the doctor, doctor, let's just do bypass. You know, that's what the doctor said. He said, no, Maimurna, you read so much. allow us to help you. I said, okay. I said, try it. We went in. He did the repair again, extensive repair, and it didn't. In less than a week, it broke.
Wow.
Yes. So I stayed again for a month to rest. Then we revisit the theater again. Then they did ileostomy. So when they did ileostomy, it was really positioned in my crease side of my abdomen. So it was not really comfortable for me. And ileostomy is a small intestine, so it's watery. You understand? But there we have two types of this colostomy. We have ileostomy, we have colostomy, and we have urostomy. Urostomy has to do with kidney and bladder, is for the urine. Then the colostomy is a large intestine, and that's what I'm living with right now. After all the surgeries, I end up with a permanent colostomy. And it's a normal way you defecate, but my own has to just come through my tummy. Then ileostomy is a small intestine that is being brought out. When you eat from your stomach, it goes to the small intestine. So it's in the large intestine that a lot of good substance, nutrients is being absorbed into your body. So, but for me, when it goes into the stomach, it goes throughout the small intestine and I will defecate. After the ileostomy, I stayed with this ileostomy for 2.5 years. I was living my life, though it was stressful. I don't go out to church. I don't mingle with people. In fact, it was at that time that I understand what is depression. I think I've been going into depression and out of depression, but I didn't know what it means. It was one day I was sitting, my husband went to work, the children went to school. Then I just rushed to the road. We were in Sokoto, and I almost wanted to kill myself on the road. But I remember I said, I'm taught in the Bible that when you kill yourself, you're going to hell. It's suicide. So when I remember, I ran back to my room. I cried. I asked God for forgiveness, and I keep moving on with my life. At least I'm alive, and there was no cancer at then. So I kept living, but I was tired with the ileostomy because it was giving me excoriation. Excoriation means because of the acidic substance of the liquid that is coming out of. Thank you. So it was affecting my skin. You understand? It was affecting my skin surface. So we have to start thinking of what to do. So the doctor wanted me to come back to do another repair down there, Then I was not ready. I said, I said, I'm tired. Like sometimes at that time I was feeling, as if I become a guinea fowl. They will just be repairing, cutting, repairing. I said, no. I said, doctor, please, let's look for help somewhere. So the doctor understand with me. I cried. He said, anything you want, Maimurna. You're my daughter. And I really want to appreciate him. I'll not call his name, but he is my father. Even recently I was with him in another hospital. I went to see him and say hi because he is my advisor in my NGO, So, and he tried to connect us with people in UK and his friends and all that. But when we applied for a visa for UK, they denied me visa because I'm not working. So, but all is for good. Everything that happens to us in life, there is a reason. God allowed it to happen for a purpose. So when we didn't get the visa for the UK, we applied for US and we get a US visa in less than a week. So, and I thank God for that. From there, we started preparing to move to US. And guess what? I remember when I came back from India, 2020, I said, God, can you take me to Mayo Clinic? When you type on Google, best hospital in the world, it's Mayo Clinic, Rochester, or Florida, or Cleveland. And that was where I went to go look for help concerning my body, the aftermath of cancer. So we went to US and they gave me a permanent colostomy and the reconstruction of the pelvic floor, meaning they repaired the fistula, they closed the rectum completely. They closed, yes.
Wow.
Yes. So
now it's closed permanently.
It's closed. I don't have, and sorry, with all sense of humility and respect, I don't have an anus, but I don't care. The most important thing is I'm alive and I don't have cancer. And I'll keep saying my story, keep teaching people the symptoms of cancer, keep telling people that the fact that you have cancer is not a death sentence. So cancer is not a death sentence at all. because I am a testament. I am a testimony of what I've gone through cancer. So we were opportune to go to Mayo Clinic, the best hospital in the world. And I had my reconstructives of the pelvic floor and giving of a permanent colostomy. And I came back. I remember I even did my 40th birthday in the hospital. Yeah, 2023. Yeah. And when I went there, I've never been to US and I don't know anybody. We went with my husband. So we stayed in one hotel before we started consultation. They did all their tests. Normally, if you go to a new hospital, they will carry the same kind of tests in their hospital. Then we stayed. He had to leave and leave me there. He left, came back home to raise more money and take care of our kids, which our kids, my mom was there. So I want to even really appreciate the life of my parents here because they have been always supportive. Yeah, you know, my mom will travel wherever I am. She'll go to take care of my family and my father will stay alone, you know. So it's not easy. It was not really easy for us as a family, you know. So from there he came back and they fixed the day for my surgery. But as God will have it, I was connected to a church there, Trinity Lutheran Church, to the glory of God. And I have a family there now, Pastor Schwartz, my mommy and all that. So somebody advised us that we should apply for a waiver or payment plan, you know, because it was so much. The money was big. We thought it's just one small, maybe $50,000 or something. But it was so much. When they gave us the estimate, it was so big that we don't even know what to do. Or is it to come back home? Then no. So we applied for, and to the glory of God, and we got some subsidy. They subsidized the payment. Yeah, and we were able to get, but I didn't do the surgery that year I went. We're in 2026, right? Yeah. So I went 2023. I stayed for 5 months in US. And it was God that was keeping me. I remember when I was about to go, I told some of my friends, I said, God is going to raise helpers for me in a strange land. I don't know anybody. And that was really what happened. And God did it. Yeah, he did it really very well, Seth. If not because, let me just crack something I usually say, if not because I have children and I could have stayed in US because I was enjoying. They really took care of me. You understand, yeah. So I came back home because I missed my kids. I missed my family. So after 5 months, I came back. Then they fixed another surgery date. You know, before they cancel it, they fix it twice. They cancel it because I didn't raise the money until when they waived some of the, you know. And let me say something here. It's not everybody they do that to. It has never happened in the history of that hospital. Mine was just a miracle. It was just God's favor that they waive a certain amount of money for me. So don't come and carry yourself in Nigeria and start going to US because you want to go and do surgery and they'll waive money for you. It doesn't happen that way. Because it assumes as an international patient, you have the money to go there. We took our money, but it's just that the money was far above what we had. Yes. So that was what happened. So please be warned on this particular issue. Thank you. So I came back home for after 5 months. Then together with them, we agreed 9th January. So that's how I left 2024. I had my surgery 9th January. I did my birthday there, my 40th birthday, and the people were so sweet. They even celebrated my birthday in the hospital. Wow. Very well. They brought cake, they brought cards. In fact, my room, everywhere was busy. All the nurses, the doctors came and, you know, all this thing is really God because human being cannot do all this thing at once. True. Yeah. You know, people cannot just love you at, you know, 100 people, 200 people at once. At once. How did they know you? Do they know you? It's bound back to the favor of God. Thank you. If God favor you, really, nobody can oppose that one. Yeah. So I had my surgery. After 3 months, I was strong. And after the surgery, the church took care of me. One of my mommy that I stayed with, Mary, and her family, they took care of me. Anywhere I want to go, they drive me for my follow-ups, for dressing, you know, all these things. They were there for me. Trinity Lutheran was there for me, and my daddy, Reverend, and his family. So, and from there, I came back home after 3 months, and I've been enjoying health. But I went back last year for my follow-up. Yeah, after Yeah, after 1 year plus. So I went, I have to go back for them. So I went, they checked the colostomy, everything. They were so amazed when they saw me. Wow, Maimurna, you're looking healthy. What have you been doing? Whatever you're doing, keep doing. I say, it's God, you know. I know I'm doing my own, but above all, it's God. Yeah, so
there is this bell that they usually ring if you're declared cancer free.
Yeah.
So did you ring that bell?
In where I was before I went to US, I was already cancer free.
Oh,
so it was not there. I think the stage at which I was cancer free, they did another biopsy. I was in Abuja during those repairs. Yeah, so that was when we did another histology and there was no malignancy. I think that was 2021 or 2022, you understand?
Yeah.
So I've gone through series of surgeries that I'm even losing count, like almost 11 surgeries in 6 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is like the 11th one. So I've gone through so much surgery that I used to miss the years and the count, but they are all in my head. It has happened and I am a living testimony.
Now, I always get emotional whenever I see them bringing their bell and then with the excitement and the joy on their faces.
Even me, when they brought the result that no malignancy, I was on the hospital bed in Wuse Hospital in Abuja. I was so happy. I was crying, Seth. It was tears of joy. I was so excited. Since then, so I usually check myself. Yeah, another thing I want to bring to the public, like for sensitization and education, even if you have cancer or you're on treatment and after they declared you no malignancy, be checking yourself. Like recently, I did mammography. Yeah, mammogram is a test that you do for your breast. I did, and there was nothing. You understand? I'm clear, like nothing, no any sign of anything in my breast. That's one. And last year ending, I did HPV screening. That's for cervical. And we are even in the month.
I did mine around November.
Me, I did. And it turned out to be negative. So I'm even planning to take the vaccine. Though it's not necessary sometimes, but I just feel I want to take the vaccine.
I think immediately after the test, I took my vaccine.
Good, good. So we encourage every young lady that is not sexually active, even if you're sexually active, go check yourself.
So, yeah.
And the little children from, I think 9, or is it 1 to 9 or
I think it's 5? From 9.
Yeah, 9 years old. Yeah, to 14.
Yes.
Yes, please go and take HPV vaccine.
And for those years, I think it's free.
Yeah, it's free. Yeah. So please, we are raising this awareness because prevention is better than cure. When you prevent, early detection save lives. You don't have to go through this thing. And sorry, I'm putting outside because I'm from Arewa. I always like mixing when I want to talk.
The information gets there when you hit it on the nail.
Yes, with the native language. Yes. So in Ankama, it will save a lot of stress, a lot of money, a lot of emotional trauma, a lot of plenty things for you and your extended and nuclear family. So that's just it. So that's why we talk about it and we teach it, you know, out of experience, because we have experienced it and we know the bitter truth about cancer. That's it. Yeah.
So you initially, when you started your journey, we talked about how you were defecating blood. And what happened? You don't go check yourself early or?
Okay. Barrister, what happened is, as I told you, I thought it was a pile. In fact, my husband said, maybe it's pile. So I kept sitting down on warm water with salt. But the doctor where I was working with an NGO kept saying, go and do colonoscopy. And I was emaciating. Yes, it's another sign of colon cancer. You'll be emaciating. It's not that I'm trying to slim. I was just engrossed with my work. I was trying to
save. Everything here is the work that is
stress. Thank you. Sometimes I will even faint in the field. Say at Jujuboni, they'll just pack me and take me to the hospital. They'll put drip and I will get up again. I will continue with my work. And I didn't know it was cancer. What saved my life is just that the cancer didn't spread. It was localized. It didn't metastasize. So the doctor kept saying, go for colonoscopy. I've been going to the hospital. Like there is no month I don't go to the hospital because it's either my tummy is turning me or is bloated. You understand? It will bloat a little, or is there's this thing you have with blockage, intestinal blockage. It's a sign of colon cancer also. the blood, the intestinal blockage, the emaciation. Yeah, you just be getting emaciated. You don't know why, you know, and that was what happened to me. And yeah, a lack of appetite. Sometimes, thank you. Apart from lack of appetite, fatigue. You just be tired. Me, you know, I'm a very active person.
You're very active.
Yeah. So, but if I just do, maybe I just breastfeed or I just cook, for crying out loud, then I'll just get tired. Unnecessary. That was what was happening to me then. And I didn't know, I didn't even associate it with anything we call cancer. Till when they did colonoscopy and we found out. Anytime you see blood or pus, let me say it again. Anytime you see pus or blood, niwa or jini,
what you went through, what went through your mind when you got that result?
Okay.
What were your thoughts? Because as you said, cancer is not a death sentence. But once you get that, when you got that result at that point, what were the things that were going through your mind?
Okay. So, you know, I've been battling with it. I didn't know it was cancer. So, and I don't know, maybe it's just my person. I'm a person of resilience, resilient. I don't get scared easily, really, ever since I'm growing up, you know. So when if I read my result myself.
Wow.
So yeah, so I say adenocarcinoma, polydifferentiated cancer of the colon. I say, wow, oh, so cancer, you know, because I've been hearing cancer, casually, oh, cancer. So the only thing that came to my thought is God. Okay, cancer. So what is next? God help me. That's the first thing that I started saying in my heart. But my husband already has broken down, as I said. So we went to the toilet, you know. I said, stop crying, let our children not hear. And why are you crying? The thing is inside my body, it's not in your body now. So calm down. I said, let's go out, let's pray. So we went out, he stopped crying. We held ourselves with the children, we prayed. Then we called my cousin, please come and take our children to Gombe, to my parents. We want to start going to look for help. Oh, that was just it. So I don't know, seriously, up to date, I've never feel threatened or scared. There are certain time in my life, in the journey, that I felt almost giving up, you know. But I remember my father in heaven. I don't know, I feel there's one resilience inside me. There's this hope that is inside me. Yeah. So I just say, okay, what is next? That's what I told my husband. What is next? What are we to do? Where are we going? You know, that's just the journey. Then we started. So I didn't really, oh, my whole life is gone. Oh, the world is coming to an end. I didn't. I just took it. Oh, cancer. It's okay. We'll find a solution to it. God will help us. And here we are. Here we are. God really
about the victory of it.
Yeah. So that was what happened.
So as a cancer survivor, why is cancer awareness so important to you? Despite the stigma, because there is stigmatization that comes with it. So why is it so important to you that you even have an NGO which you just launched recently?
Yeah.
So I want to know why this part of cancer advocacy?
Okay. I remember when I was going to, thank you, Drusilla, for this question. It means a lot to me right now. I remember when I was going through this pain and the stress, the trauma, the emotional unbalance. You understand? So many, it was so chaotic at a particular time, especially when I had RVF. And my parents are always shuffling to go support us, me and my family. My husband, he's shuffling between work and taking care of me and taking care of the children and so many things. So I told God, I said, God, in Kawar Kadeni, when you heal me and I'm out of this mess or this cancer ordeal, I'm going to share my story till the ends of the world. I don't want anybody, whether my enemy, my loved ones, in fact, the whole world, I don't want anybody to go through what I've gone through. Really? Seriously. So I decided, like I said, God, just do it for me. I will keep talking about it till the ends of the world, till the day I die. So that was the promise I made to God and to myself. So that was why I chose to keep talking about it. So immediately when I came back from the surgery, I tried to look for an organization that has a community of cancer survivors and patients. And we have one in Abuja, though is the whole Nigeria. And we call ourselves Network of People Impacted in Cancer in Nigeria, but that's another NGO that I am part of it, you know. So then everybody begins to say, I'm in an open NGO, you're already talking about it, you're already raising awareness and sensitization. But I've not felt that, okay, I'm called to do it. You understand? I didn't hear from God. You know, I have a very good relationship with my God, so I want to hear from him. So last year, we embarked on praying and fasting. That's when I heard vividly. The Holy Spirit said, okay, it's time. Go on, go out. And I know there will be stigmatization already. Some of us go through the stigmatization, but I don't care about the stigmatization. I will just like this and just move on, because I have a bigger purpose. I have a bigger purpose to save life, to encourage people, to give people hope. You know, because when I was going through my own, nobody gave me hope apart from my family members, you understand, and people that gather the courage to encourage me and say, keep holding on, it's going to pass or something. Sometimes I have to give myself hope with the word of God. I'll just be claiming God's promises. So that's another reason, some of the reasons. Yes. So I decided, okay, it's time. When I heard from God, it's time. So I spoke with my husband, my parents, you know, and then I started learning, because I'm part of some NGOs. So I started gaining experience. I said, oh, it's true. I've already started doing the work, you know, so why not just make it official? Since I heard from God and I've gotten approval from certain people that are close to me. Yeah. So that's why MIFCO came to life. And MIFCO means Maimurna Hope Foundation for Cancer and Ostomy Care. Ostomy care means ostomy, because I am an ostomate. We call ourselves people living with a permanent colostomy or temporary colostomy or ileostomy or urostomy. We call ourselves ostomates. It's coined out of ostomy. And ostomy is just a stoma. It's an intestine that is just out of your skin to defecate. That's all. So the bigger purpose is not to look at what I'm going through, because I don't want another person to go through it. Let it not be too late. That's why I'm talking about it. I'm raising awareness. I'm teaching. And right now, I want to call the attention of people in Gombe State or the northern Nigeria, actually. It's a burden for me. It's because I'm coming from the northern part of this country. Most of the times, we in the north, we hide at the back of religion, culture, sentiment, that and that. Please, let's come out. When you see your neighbor or your friend or your sister or your brother having some symptoms, as I said, pus or blood, please advise them to go to the hospital before it's too late. And on your own, even if you don't have symptoms, go and check yourself. Go and do some screening, especially women. Matamu, let's go and screen ourselves of mammogram, HPV, you know, for cervical, for ovarian cancer. Men, please. It's not only women that do colon cancer. Oh, men too. Men do. Thank you. Men do colon cancer. And they also have prostate cancer. Thank you. Men too. Go and check your PSA. PSA is a test that you check your level, the degree of the volume of your PSA. It's for prostate cancer. So there are plenty type of cancer, and cancer is not a respecter of man, or a rich person, or a poor person, or a child. Even children, there is childhood cancer. That's why we talk about this thing. It's a burden. Let us not hide at home because we're afraid of a stigma, or they'll point finger at us. How can she doesn't have anus? And so what? The most important thing is go check yourself and be well. Health, but health is wealth. When you have health, you are wealthy now, because you don't take the money and go and be spending in the hospital. So that's what brought all these things for me, because I don't want anybody to go through it, really. And I make a promise to God and to myself. And that's what MIFCO is here to stay, by the grace of God. Yeah. So we are calling on sponsors, donors, partners, collaborators, all. You can reach us. We have, I think I will give it to Drusilla so that she can put it. Yeah, we have our email. Yeah, it will pop on the screen. Yes. So we have MIFCO Cancer Foundation at gmail.com, and we have our office line. It will all be shared. And yeah, work have started. We'll keep talking about it. We'll reach the rural area to bridge in the gap. Kuma will turn it to our native language. That's Hausa. If it means in your arenas and in they translating. Yes.
The message needs to get to the grassroots.
That's all. The message should be passed out any other way. That's our aim. Yeah.
Okay, to wrap up this section, what message do you have for women who are still battling with cancer?
Wow.
Because there are women that are out there that they still have cancer, and then they feel like this is the end of it.
Yeah. Okay.
But and then this is where we talk about rebirth. So we feel no matter what you're going through, at the state that you come out of it. So and then you've also gotten your own rebirth. So what message do you have for other women that are still there and trying to get to be on their feet?
Okay. Excuse me. I love the word rebirth because I'm a brand new Maimurna, right? Yeah, we thank God for that. So the message I have for women, especially my northern women, I always like to emphasize because aka fara daga gida. Thank you.
Charity starts from home.
Yes. So it's not the end of the world at all. It's not the end of the world. Keep striving. Keep holding on to faith. You know, whatever religion you are, keep holding on to faith. Mu dinga roƙon Allah kuma mu zanna da tsafta, mu ji shawara. Sorry, I'm just going back to Hausa. As I said, my audience, please pardon me for that because this, I think, is an English program, but still, let's listen to the advice of our doctors. You understand? Whatever the doctor said, discuss with them and listen to their advice. It's not the end of the world, and utilize the support of your family. You know, when you have family members that are supportive emotionally, financially, any other way, utilize it, enjoy it, because it will help you navigate what you are going through. All I know, cancer is not a death sentence. Keep holding on, be strong, don't lose hope. Barrister, thank you so much for having me. It's really a privilege to talk and to raise awareness with you and to the general public. So please, anybody that wants to reach out to us, the line will be popped on the screen. That's 1. 2, anybody that needs to talk to us to raise your hope or to encourage you as you are navigating cancer, we are here to help, because that's the reason why we got this NGO. And if there's any patient that very soon we're going to come into Gombe that needs bag, we're going to start doing work. We're going to start implementing when we come in. And you can just call us. You can reach us in our Gmail or landline, and we can bridge in the gap to tell you where to go to access care. And as I said, we will be giving bags to people living with colostomy, and these bags are free. They are free from some of our donors in US, so they are free. We share it for free. We have been doing that, but then we were not officially an NGO. Yeah, some people in Gombe and around the north knows that we have been doing it. So we are just out to help humanity. So you can get it through Barrister or on the screen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Maimurna. We are very grateful. It's quite an insightful conversation. And personally, I've learned I will make sure I go for my own screenings as well, even though I had for my cervical cancer, but I'll go for other screenings. We're very much grateful, and thank you for lending your voice to the society. People need to hear this. People need to be aware. So we're most grateful, and we'll be looking forward to partnering with you and working with you on this. Welcome. Even though your office is not in Abuja, it's not in Gombe, it's in Abuja, but then still everywhere the message will go. Like you said, you're going to come into Gombe, and they will ensure that to the grassroots, those rural areas, all those places will ensure that we get there, and then people are aware, and then they know that, okay, this is what is happening. More information about your NGO will ensure to put it on our captions, and also it will pop up on the screen of this video. So our audience, we are very grateful for watching this episode. We hope that you've learned something. And women, please, not just women, let's go and do the screening. Any symptoms that you see, you don't even wait to need to see any symptoms. Go to the hospital. Regular checkups are very important. We shouldn't wait until things get worse before we take action. So no matter how little the symptoms that we see, let's go to the hospital. And when we go to the hospital, let's adhere to the advice of our doctors. When they say do this test, let's go and do it. Sometimes we might just spend little when we do the needful. We don't have to spend much. So thank you very much. And if you're new to our channel, we request that you subscribe, put on your notification button, and also like and share so that this message can reach to so many people. This is a message of education so that you can learn and also teach other people. Like she said, your neighbors can be suffering from it. It could be your family members, it could be your friends. So let's spread this news so that everybody can get involved. Thank you very much and see you on our next episode.